All right, man. It's show number 407. It's 407. It's Fans of Patrol time. And thank you for all of you returnee people who came back after, not liking the, you know.
Yeah, we probably lost all our listeners. And here's the thing. I want to go on record now as saying I was pro Black Panther. I was anti Namor's feet.
Well, let
That
me.
is all. That is all. I would like to say I agree with you, and I think Montego has bad taste. Listen as I tear him down constantly.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I still think the film was only adequate, but we'll move on.
Woof, woof.
Yeah, I
All
don't know,
right.
but it's just.
I know we've reached a new low. There's probably like 3 people listening. Hi, mom.
It's a,
Hi, Montego's dad.
so, man, this is 407, and we decided to do some little different stuff, man. We're trying to stick with mysteries in November as best as we can.
Yeah.
So this week we looked up, and Amsterdam was located on streaming, and because of all this goddamn snow, it was great not to go to the theater, man, because I'm inundated with snow, waist high snow here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
God damn it.
There's not that much snow here, but I like to stay home on a winter's day and watch a movie.
Okay, so we did Amsterdam, man, and so we got a different news segment. We're going to do some.
Montego's gonna bomb me with these news stories I haven't read.
I like that name. It's called
We're
Panda
gonna-
Patrol Bomb.
Yes, because I could do it to you too. I could host the bomb because I'm terrified of what's gonna happen because usually I get a little warning and sometimes my brain is very bad.
No. This is gonna be fine. So,
All right.
just a bunch of stuff going on in the news, but not too important. But just some, I can't wait for it, man.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay.
So I think that's gonna be cool. So we have some news there. We also have the top 5, I guess 10 between me and Tiff, mystery movies, ever made in the history of man. So, and again, Amsterdam is the main topic, and that's all I got. Tiff, you ready to roll?
Oh yeah, I think so.
All right, let's go. All right, man, we are back, man, and it's time for some news bombs, Tiff. Let's just talk about this stuff and see what's going on.
All right.
All right, so the first one is today, David Drake of the Power Rangers has passed, man, and this cat was a young dude,
Okay, so yeah, I don't really.
The Green Ranger, everybody.
I know.
He was the Green Ranger, Power Rangers.
I feel like a lot of people would not know this man.
I'm not so sure. Well, people, but goddamn fans that definitely know who
I guess
the Green Ranger was, man.
Yeah, I watched Power Rangers a lot as a child, and I do wonder. I know a lot of people my age, did as well. It's kind of like the thing.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much, because we're in kind of a group of people that are similarly minded. So I wonder how many normal, I hate to say that, people outside of this kind of group would be like, oh yeah, that guy. I think not many.
Oh, well, we're not talking to those people, nor is this show.
Okay, well,
this show is for those people. And
oh my God, I'm just saying that even within.
I hear what you're saying. I think this is a big deal. I just like to say.
Well, it's so big deal. Someone died. Yeah, it's sad.
Well, people die all the time, but I will say,
You're such a cold-hearted bastard.
I did see this dude at a number of cons, and he was always like fan centric. He loved the fans, man. I mean, I thought he was very cool. He wouldn't even stay behind where they told him to stay. He would walk through the con on his own and stuff like that. Show up and just have a good time. So rest in peace to that cat. Now, we were remiss, man. A couple weeks ago, one of our former guests, man, also passed. I know it's a lot of shitty, sad news, y'all, but Kevin Conroy, who actually gave us a sound drop, he's at the beginning of the show, saying it's Fans of Patrol time, giving us some Batman vibes. He passed suddenly, Apparently he was battling with cancer, but he was just doing live videos the day before. It wasn't like he was in a hospital or anything like that. So rest in peace to Kevin Conroy, and we will never, ever, ever stop playing our Fans of Patrol drop that he so graciously, gave us, man.
I will say that these bombs are very sad, and I was expecting
So
them to be
far,
more funny. Yeah, so far the bombs have been sad.
so for well, news is a news. Tiff, I don't
That's
create
true. I know. I thought this segment was going to be more like
it.
to surprise me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here's something.
Yeah, surprise me.
So, man, you know they're doing the Fast and the Furious 10, right? It's supposed to be the last one, right? They're
Okay.
filming it, and it's supposed
Yeah.
to be coming out, and you know, people are either not excited or excited, or excited
Sure.
that it's about to be gone. One or the other.
Advanced RIP. Like, yeah,
Right,
we're
right, right,
expecting
right.
the end. Sure.
Well, apparently they've already spent $370 million on production of this goddamn film. It ain't even been released yet.
What?
Yeah, we talking about
How?
we
I was
talking.
like, no, they still can send a real car into real space with a real space crew to film it this time.
Three hundred and
Like, what
seventy
the
million
fuck is
dollars.
this?
Yeah, now think about it. So
And there, you guys, $370 million. There is not a single real person in this movie. All the cars and action is CGI.
right.
There's like one blade of real grass. Is probably how they're saying it's a real
Well,
film.
think about it this way, man. They did the whole almost. I think they completed the Batgirl movie and
Hmm.
didn't release it because they normally spend double what they made. What they spent on the movie for marketing.
Yeah.
So they were like, it's still a gain for us because we still have to spend about 2/3 of the budget just to market it. So if they spent $370 million to make this goddamn thing, my God in heaven,
Well, it's
what are
because
they
you
gonna
guys,
spend to market it?
every time we talk about Fast and the Furious, it upsets me. And I'll tell it, and Montego knows why. It's because despite them being the worst movies you have ever seen, at a certain point, after a certain point, because the first Fast,
Got a little bit mixed in there.
yes, the first Fast and the Furious is a good movie, like a fun, movie.
A couple more in there that I kind of like. The ones when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like
There's
Hobbs and stuff like that.
sure, yeah. There's a couple that are fine, right? But it's mostly just garbage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
And around the world, it's adored. It makes so much money. It makes so much money, more money than you think it does.
yeah, yeah.
Enough that this is not a big price tag. But my question is, what do the cars do in this one? Because I feel like the cars have done everything. Do they go to the center of the earth?
Well,
Do they go to the bottom of the ocean?
I will say this.
These are my predictions because the last time, I swear to God, you can rewind the tapes, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember when I said, do they put a car in space?
Yeah.
And then the fucking movie put a car in space.
Yeah, yeah. Not just a car, but a Fiero. But I'll tell you one thing that they're spending a lot of money on this thing, and that's the cost of the actors. Vin Diesel.
Yes.
You got Charlize Theron.
And here's the thing.
have-
Well, Charlize Theron, understandable. She is an Academy Award-winning actress.
But you got Jason Momoa in this thing too, so it's just going up, 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 up.
Yes, but Jason Momoa is still kind of
he's Aquaman. Shit.
he goes up and down. I know, but that film wasn't. I guess that was successful.
Oh, super duper, super duper.
Yeah, I forgot that. Just because I hated it doesn't mean it wasn't successful. But the value of Vin Diesel
Yeah, yeah.
is the evidenced only by the Fast and the Furious. Like
Yeah.
it's like a cycle.
He was the most highest paid actor a few years ago because of
Because of it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. But
Yeah.
only because of the other ones for which he was also paid. You know what I mean? It's a weird.
yeah.
It's not like they're like, yeah, that we got to get that guy back. I'm like, if they didn't invite him back, he would be sad. Do you know what I mean?
I'm loving watching Tiff have a meltdown over this the price of this movie.
I'm just upset about Vin Diesel and everything else. I mean, goddamn. Okay, we got to move on.
Yep, more
We got to move on.
So Black Friday is coming out, Tiff. Black
Friday.
Be here next week.
You mean the shopping day?
Yeah.
I thought there was a movie or something. Why are we talking about Black Friday?
Oh, there is a movie with the stars Ash. It's a zombie flick. It's wild. I kind of like it.
What the hell is happening?
So anyway, Black Friday is next week. So I was just looking at some of the deals.
Why are you? Are you serious?
Yeah, check it out.
Okay.
$240 for an Xbox Series S, Tiff. You gonna get you one?
No.
Why not?
I don't need one. I have no I mean, I think in the past when I've bought an Xbox or we've bought an Xbox,
Yeah.
it's because there was a game that one of us had wanted to play on it.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
But I've not had everything that we've wanted to play has been on the PlayStation.
All right, Jeff. Well, all I want to say was it's $240 if you want to get you one of
How
these.
much is it normally?
They used to be like three something, and they come down. So, but that's
See, I don't know how much of a deal that is because I don't know how much it cost before.
it was up there. So anyway, man, moving on.
Get yourselves one. That news bomb was it felt like a commercial.
Well, I already have one, so
Well, what the fuck? You wanted to let the people know.
Yeah.
And you're hearing this in time, folks. Get yourself one. I guess. I don't know.
So I don't know, Tiff. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
It's fine. I mean, not really, but
Well, you going to the concert?
hell no, I can't. I would. First of all, no, I wouldn't. Follow up. Those are expensive. Is that what you're going to talk to me about?
Well, not really. Well, I know the tickets start at $240, which is like,
No.
God damn, that's what I
Was that how much they cost right away? I'm confused by how that whole thing happened. I thought there were some that were $45.
I saw 240 was where the ticket started. Taylor Swift. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong because this ain't really.
But is this the secondary market? Do you know what I mean? That's that's this whole confusing layer to this. Initially, they were $240.
This was Ticketmaster. So
Okay.
I just thought this story was funny because it said that the meltdown that happened with Ticketmaster that couldn't support it sparked outrage from the GOP and from Democrats. So, having bipartisan
they were together.
They were
Sorry,
together.
hiccup. They were like, we're both mad about this.
About Taylor Swift tickets, man.
Is it because they couldn't get any of them?
Well, it's like, they want to try to say Ticketmaster is a monopoly. We need to do something about it because they have the lockdown on tickets. I just thought that shit was hilarious. I was like, y'all don't talk about nothing bipartisan until this shit come around, and now we like Taylor Swift.
It's because they want the tickets. That's the only reason they got mad.
That they want their booths.
Yeah, they want to get if there was a congressional Ticketmaster package that they fucking got, they'd be jizzing themselves right now.
And they wouldn't even be giving.
And they'd be like, oh shit, everybody, shit.
Exactly.
If they're mad because they had to get in line like everybody else and they didn't get any, so now Ticketmaster's like all these other people who are working for monopolies are like, that's a monopoly.
Yeah.
Well, no fucking shit.
Congratulations,
you fucking idiots.
When I saw that it had bipartisan support, I was like, oh, you gotta be
Get him. Oh, Jesus, Mary.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah. So my last
Why did you do this to me, you fuck? This isn't what this show is about.
I'm loving this. So the last one is, I saw a quote from Rian Johnson. He did The Last Jedi. He said that filming The Last Jedi was one of his most precious, best times in his memory that he can remember. It was like one of the best experiences ever. And I just said, damn, poor bastard. He became one of the most hated bastards ever. I was like, damn. I mean,
he's like, this was my favorite thing I've ever done. And everyone's like, boo.
Kill him! Get him! Don't let him walk down the street by himself.
That hurts. My stomach hurts so bad. It's very sad and very funny. It's not, you know what I mean? It's relatable. It's relatable. You are going to show people something that you love and they are going to want to smash it on the ground. That's life. You have to love it enough not to care. You have to just be like, that's cool.
Right. It was his greatest experience and wow.
That man.
If he step into a con,
but he's done so many other things that are like fun.
People are like, that bastard ruined my Star Wars. Even he ruined my Luke Skywalker.
That was a real emotional roller coaster. I think that was a good one to end on because I feel like I feel sad and happy.
Hey, that's my fan bombs, man. That's my fan bombs. I thought this shit.
Oh, that sounds terrible. It sounds like
I like it.
Sounds like poop.
Nope. No.
I mean, it sounds. Never mind, you guys. They call dog turds dog bombs. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, man, that's all.
Okay, you're welcome. Just a little bit of knowledge for all of you listeners.
Right. But on a serious tip, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. He's part of our show. He is. He is part of.
That's true. Legitimately RIP to all the people who have passed. But yes, especially just that was very nice of him. But that transition, you got to warn me because I'm gonna laugh.
Oh shit. Okay. So man, that's it. So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back.
I need a break.
Mystery damn list, man. We'll be
Mystery
right back.
list. Mystery list.
And we are back, man. So we're doing a countdown, something that I really love to do. But so we're trying to keep to this
Sorry.
this mystery. We're gonna try to hard to keep with
Okay.
mysteries on the Patreon and on the main show. But shit'll come up and we won't be in the mystery. But you know, we got stuff coming, so it should be good. So we decided to do what, Tiff? Top 5
Mystery movies.
mystery movies of all time on the planet.
Yeah, and then I think we realized when we were doing it that means a lot of movies.
Yeah, so just so for full disclosure, I kept my list to mystery ensemble movies, you know, where they like whodunits and shit, you know, not just like, you know, oh my God, it's a mystery. The girl is missing and oh no, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I tried to keep mine to like murder mysteries.
Yeah, mine is murder mysteries too, but it's murder mystery ensemble. So,
Some of them are ensemble.
okay, all right. So, Tifflebot,
Okay.
number 5.
Number 5. My number 5 is Gosford Park.
What the hell is that?
It's a British drama, and there's a murder there at that house, and
Of
it's
course.
very like fancy comedy,
Uh-huh.
highbrow comedy.
What else? What else about it? I mean, why is it on your list?
It's kind of like not. I don't want to say Downton Abbey if there was a murder mystery, but it is kind of like that, and it's actually like it's on my list, and I'll tell you why. Because when I watched it when I was younger,
Uh-huh.
and I hated it. It's an Oscar-winning movie.
You say you-
Yeah, I was like, this movie sucks, and I will say that I watched it. I was very young,
uh-huh.
and I just think I didn't appreciate. Like, do you ever dislike a movie so much that you don't even know how you have come to be watching it again? Because you're like, why would you watch it again if you remember disliking it? But I was like, you know what? I think it was because I was a child, so somebody was watching it, and I sat down, and I really liked it.
Okay, all right.
So it was a transformative experience.
That kind of shit happens. So
Yeah.
I get you. So my first one is Jim. What is it? Not Jim Carrey. Is it Steve Curry? Clue.
I don't know. What movie are you talking about?
Clue. I'm talking.
Oh, Clue?
Yeah.
Clue is my number 1.
Clue is your number 1. You
Clue is my number
you
1.
didn't have to come out with that. You could have held on.
Yeah, but that's how we used to do it, and that's how I do it.
Okay.
When we match, we match.
Yeah. So Tim Curry is
Tim Curry. Yes, I'm sorry. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
started at with the whole ensemble cast.
Yes.
And the hijinks is, and it's a true murder mystery. You don't know what the hell happened, you know, until the end, and it's making fun of those ensemble murder mysteries, you know. And
Yes.
if you never seen it, where the hell have you been? If you have seen Clue, I can't imagine a person arguing with me about the genius of the movie, the hijinks of the movie, and just how enjoyable the goddamn movie is. So that's why it's on my list. And if you want to talk about it now or later, it's up to you.
Well, I think like if you've listened to this podcast for any length of time, like a long enough time, you'll know that I love the movie Clue.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favorite movies, period. So of course it's going to be like number 1 on my mystery list. And I think obviously there's a lot to be said about the 3 endings.
Right.
How it really does resemble a game of Clue without it being like
So
if
in
we
your face,
if
right.
if Clue didn't exist, the game
would still be
it would still be a good movie, right? It's
Yeah.
a very well done film in my opinion. I really enjoy it. It's a movie that every time I watch it, I enjoy it.
Yeah. I agree with
You know
you.
what I mean?
100%.
So
I didn't put
it's
it
just
up higher
perfect.
on my list because
Yeah, it's very surprising.
it's a goofball movie, so that's why.
What's wrong with the goofball movie? Fuck off.
Because-
Oh, you're gonna hate the rest of this list.
All right, number 4 then.
Number 4. My number 4 is a movie called Brick. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've heard of Brick. Is that the one?
It's Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
So it's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
You know I love him.
Yeah.
And it's him trying to solve the mystery, his girlfriend's death of his, and it's like very interconnected. It's about drugs in high school, but
Okay.
it's noir, so it's like when you watch it, it's very fake. Do you know what I mean? Like outlandish in a way that on purpose. These people they talk like they're very strict caricatures of people and stuff, and it's really good. I like it. There's also a mysterious payphone that rings in the
Kind of like
Center of a street. I
Sin
love a
City.
mysterious payphone.
Is it anything like Sin City? You know, it looks like it's reminiscent.
No, no, I get that. I guess it's like not like that, but yeah, like where like you can tell when you're watching it, this is some kind of like
Production.
skewed version of like
Yeah,
reality,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
but it works. It's very good.
Interesting, interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, man. My number four are the usual suspects, man.
Oh, you know what? I've never seen this movie.
Goddamn brilliant filmmaking, man. You know, it's literally
We
one of
could
my
do this one
favorites.
for the podcast.
We could. It's one of my favorites, but it does star Kevin Spacey, so you know
I know there. You know we've had, but that's it's.
it is.
Does
What
he
it is.
get money from it? Still, I
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. So if that's the case, then it's probably
Well,
fine.
you talk about an ensemble cast. Benito del Toro,
Right.
he was like super young and skinny, and Stephen Baldwin is in it, and just Gabriel. I forgot his last name, but so many good stars in this movie,
Hmm.
and just you don't know what the hell is happening until it's over.
So yeah, obviously that movie's been spoiled for me. If you've lived
Right.
this long and not seen it, that's probably your fault, I guess. But yeah, so
Oh, it's so good. It's masterful.
I'm sure I would still be. Would still enjoy the film. I'm sure.
Oh no, because it's not about the reveal. That's
Right.
the thing.
Right.
Like the journey is like, damn, you know, it's so good. The characters are so goddamn well put together, and there's not a weakness amongst them, which just enhances the brilliant story to begin with.
Sure.
You know? You can spot a wink link in a lot of these things, but most of the time,
Yeah. Almost all mysteries have are in some way disappointing because the thrill of a mystery is in the mystery. So when you
Yeah.
get to the end, a lot of times you feel like, oh, that's
that's true. But then sometimes just watching these characters are just
yeah. So that's why the ending doesn't. That's why the ending of a mystery does matter because you want to try to figure it out, I guess, whatever. But also not really because
Yeah,
it's the
not
life of
journey is
the
good.
life.
Yeah.
If the mystery was all that mattered,
Yeah.
we wouldn't watch Silence of the Lambs over and over again.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So like you know.
I love that film, man.
I love that film too. I didn't put it on this list.
Oh, not that one. The Usual Suspects.
Oh,
Yeah.
is Silence of the Lambs on your list?
No, it's not.
But I didn't. It is kind of a mystery, but I didn't really. It was more like a procedural thriller, so I left it off.
I consider it a thriller, so I would.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it's listed as horror, and it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
nah.
there's. I don't. Yes, hotly contested topic.
Yeah.
I don't know enough to get into it. So my number 3. Here's where things start to go downhill for me and Montego.
Okay. All
My
right.
number 3 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
God damn! How was it so young?
I love the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and it is a mystery.
Holy shit! I guess.
Fuck off! Disappearing, reappearing ink. It's a mystery. You're a piece of shit. I'll
Damn.
fucking fight you.
Wow.
It is honestly everybody,
Okay.
and I'm talking about everybody listening right now. If you think that you don't like the
Roger.
movie,
God damn
if
that.
you think that you don't like the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I would like you to pause this episode and watch it again because it is a good movie and it holds up.
Okay.
And you will get horny when Jessica Rabbit comes on stage.
And it is your list.
You won't be able to help it. Okay? You'll be confused. You'll learn a lot about yourself.
All right. So my next one is it my turn? You can say Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yes, my turn.
Yes.
So this is number
3. Yes, this is turning long, isn't it?
number 3. Ben Affleck on Baby Gone. Now,
Gone Baby Gone. Wait.
Gone. It's a mystery. Yeah.
Wait. He's in a movie called Gone Baby Gone and a movie called Gone Girl?
Gone Girl. That's I'm gonna put the wrong one on there. Gone.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, is he only in murder mysteries? Have I featured the world gone?
Gone. Right. No. Yeah.
I've never seen this movie,
It's a mystery. And
but I read the book.
yeah. Got
I'm not opposed.
has a fantastic cast in it. You know, they're not like all in one room like you would think like in these type of things, but the cast is phenomenal. Especially oh my god, Ben Affleck is just such a duped dummy this whole time. It's so good.
I think he's the most attractive when he's like a scumbag.
Well, he was a scumbag, but then you start feeling sorry for him because he was like, oh,
Yeah,
God.
he really that was like maybe. So that there's since that book came out, there's been a lot, and maybe there was some before. That usually happens where like other ones were lesser known of the kind of similar vein, and then the
Yeah,
big one. So I'm not sure where this falls in there, but I will say that that book changed the trajectory of
yeah, yeah.
mystery writing.
Yeah, so what's her name? Rosamund Pike. She's in it, and she's
Hmm.
just a god damn. Ugh. Neil Patrick Harris, and he's you've never seen him act like this before. You're just like, oh shit, come on, you can't
No.
act like that. So it's just good, man. It's got a great cast, and it's a mind blower until like toward the end of the movie. Like it doesn't wait to the end of the movie for the reveal. It's kind of
Sure.
like the beginning of the third act. The reveal happens, and then you got to live with this shitty reveal. Not shitty reveal, but this shitty circumstances. And
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
well, you read the book, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. Excellent film, man. So your number two.
My number two is Hot Fuzz.
I guess it counts.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah,
so part of my problem is I was encountering a lot of movies where I was like, no, that doesn't really fit. That doesn't really fit, and I was
yeah.
rejecting them. I almost rejected this one, but I was like, well,
Oh,
because
it's
what is
mystery.
it? It's definitely a mystery
It's
because they don't know
definitely a
who's
mystery.
doing it.
It's a
It's just
silly
a
ass
funny,
mystery.
yeah, and also I guess it's got like some horror elements to it.
Not horror, just graphic.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, yeah,
well, I mean, the way that it's shot, because like there's this,
yeah,
they're more like creepy, sneaky things than
yeah,
actual.
yeah.
That's why I would say, but also it's just I would say above all, it's a comedy.
It's an
You
excellent
know
film.
what I mean?
I'm not even
So
mad with you putting out this on here.
yeah,
It's an excellent film.
it's great. Honestly, I talk about this film all the time too. Would recommend you check it out if you've never seen it.
Yeah, I was like late to the party. We actually did a
You were
Sunday
because like we did that and then
Patreon, yeah, for
Shaun of the Dead. We
yeah,
did Shaun
yeah,
of the Dead too.
yeah, and I enjoyed both of them. So
Yeah, but I think that you like this one better and you were surprised,
I
maybe.
did like this one better. Yeah,
Because they're such a charming little duo.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when like the graphic shit was happening, it was like such a surprise. She was like, "Ha! What? Whoa! What just happened?" I wouldn't expect that in this movie. So yeah, excellent. I'm not mad at you with that one. Okay.
Okay, well, it's your number two.
The more recent murder on the Orient Express, Tifobot.
Really?
Yes, I could have put the Death of the Nile on this
I
one
wouldn't
too.
care. I didn't care for it.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Judy Dench and the inspector, and I just loved all of it, man. I loved the whole train ride, and I love the. I think wasn't Washington in that movie too? Denzel's what I think he played Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley was in the damn movie, and it was just so many. It was just such
There's
a
a lot of people. A lot of
fantastic cast.
people.
And I love the deductive reasoning and insight and the gotcha moment and all
You
that
do
stuff.
love a gotcha moment.
I love it. I love the film. It's really good. And I really did love Death on the Nile too. But I didn't want to put two films from the same series on my list. So there we go.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And your number one is The Clue.
Clue, yes, and I've already,
Yes.
talked a lot about it. Go on with yours.
My number one is Ryan Johnson's Knives Out.
I knew it.
Yep, number one, Jack.
Nothing wrong with it. It's a good movie. Very
That
fun.
that film is so good. I mean,
I think it like really does exactly what you want it to do as far as that's concerned.
you want to watch a ensemble murder mystery type of thing.
Hmm.
It gives everything it's got, and it never leaves you on the side of the road feeling like you're left out. I mean, you're in the scenes, and you feel like you're part of the goddamn things that's happening, and it's just good. And Chris Evans is like the biggest piece of shit in the whole movie. And he's so good. Just watching. I mean,
His little sweater.
in a movie with everybody's a piece of shit,
Yeah.
and you managed to be a bigger piece of shit than all of those guys. I thought it was excellent. It's excellent filmmaking to the highest level. It's one of my favorite films, and it's a more recent film, so that's saying something, man. It's just leaping past a bunch of stuff that I've watched, my whole life that really adore this film, and I I'm not afraid of it being ruined by the new ones coming out because it's that type of film.
Plus, but also because it exists by itself. You can like something. Nothing should retroactively ruin something. I
Oh,
mean,
it
do
has
you know what I mean? It does happen, but it's like when you really think about it, it's just its own thing. It can just exist. That one good thing can exist.
Like The Matrix.
But also, that can work both ways. In which one good thing can exist. We don't have to keep making things that are the same.
Yeah, it happens. They just, like Matrix is a good example. Should have left it alone with one. You did not need to go any further, but money. And they just made one just
I
a while ago, last year. Goddamn.
Yeah. Sure.
brutality watching that shit. So anyway, man, that's the list, man. I had fun
That's the
doing this,
list.
and I can't wait to get into the main topic. So we're going to take our final break, and we're going to be right back.
Boop, boop.
All right, man, it's time for our third act, man. Here we are. You know, every once in a while, Tifobot, we come along to some of these we get it we hit the point of the year. Sometimes things get hot, sometimes things get cold, and then we come out aimlessly looking for something to watch. You know, this is
Mhm.
one of those times. However, um, this is not a B film or by any means. So Amsterdam 2022 rated R, 2 hours 14 minutes, comedy drama history. In
Mm.
the 1930s, three friends witness a murder and are framed for it. And undercover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. I found that to be very interesting uh, once I started looking at it. So this movie stars who? Tiff.
Christian Bale,
Unbelievable.
Margot Robbie,
Yes, indeed.
John David Washington.
He's back.
Sorry, Sandra Nivola,
uh
Andrea Riseborough, Anya Taylor Joy, Chris Rock.
Anya Taylor Joy. Yep.
There she is. Uh, Matthias Schoenaerts. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Michael Shannon,
Yeah.
Mike Myers,
Unbelievable.
Taylor Swift,
I know. I know.
Timothy Oliphant, Zoe Saldana, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, Ed Begley Jr. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyone else know?
I don't
Important.
even remember seeing Timothy Oliphant. Where the hell was he?
Tara Milfax.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, who the hell was that?
It says a murderer hitman.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, I didn't even notice. Poor Timothy.
Mm,
I didn't even notice the dude. So, before we go any further, it is always time to have a good word. Yeah, one word.
um. Yeah, that's good. I can't. I have a struggle. Good. Good is my word.
Good. I almost said good yesterday. I can't say good. So,
I can't say good. I'm like, I gotta say good.
so I turned to delightful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I've had.
I mean, I'm saying good because I'm not like, I don't know. It wasn't. Some points wasn't the greatest, but it was good.
I enjoyed the whole entire ride. I
Sure.
really enjoyed where this film started, where it ended up, and the final, everything about it. So let's hit those spoilers and let's get into it. So I like how this film starts, Steph. With
Yes.
thing happening, and all of a sudden they hit the rewind, and you have this.
So we did two movies
We
with
did
a
the rewind. We
rewind,
did.
and
We did.
uh, yeah, I didn't mind it. This was kind of a weird, in some ways, jarring film in that respect for me because like it worked in a weird way, if that makes sense, but in a way that I'm like, is this? Because like so they have it's almost like a grown up Enola Holmes in
Yeah,
which Enola Holmes is being played by uh
Kristen Bell.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a weird, jarring experience when you watch them too close
But you know
together.
what? I'm gonna tell you something though.
Yeah.
I liked when it happened because they threw you in so hot with these people trying to get you to catch up with them so fast that I was kind of like, okay, I'm trying to keep the characters together. And then when he was like, I got to start you at the beginning.
Yeah.
They went and they showed these cats how they met in the war, and how it wasn't a friendship, and how awkward. First of all, to get
It
it
was
out of
a friendship.
the way. No, I mean when they started it, he was just a guy that they brought to the like Bert was just a guy that came because
Yeah.
they had that issue, and then they became friends.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, before we go any further,
Yes.
the performance by Christian Bale is unparalleled. Holy shit, the
He's a
dude!
great actor. It was insane,
Holy
yeah.
shit, it was insane. I was just like, wow, this is Christian Bale I'm looking at.
He's going for it, you guys.
Oh my god.
I will say that so basically what happens is they're saved by a nurse, and then the three of them, the trio, go to live in Amsterdam for a while. Now here's my question for you.
Yeah.
They all fucked. That was the intent, the implication, right? Was that they were all fucking.
I didn't get that.
I did. I want to know if anyone else got that
I
vibe.
thought Harold and Valerie was screwing, but Bert wasn't. No, I don't.
I don't know. I felt weird vibes in Amsterdam, you
Bert
guys.
was so
They did
devoted.
it at least once.
He was so devoted to Beatrice, he didn't know what to do with himself. I don't think
Yeah.
at all. Nope. I just think they were just close. I think he might have did it in the room when he was in there for sure.
Oh, sure. You know that there was only one room.
Yeah. It was only one room, but the whole war stuff was cool. The
Hmm.
Amsterdam stuff, just watching these three bond was especially when you're thinking about the time period. And the only time that you could even be in a room with a person of color was over there, France, that those countries over there who didn't look at it like that. But that's another thing I would like to say about the film. The backdrop of the African American plight during this time, I thought was so good, man. I was like, they didn't cheapen it, they didn't make it. It was a real thing that was there. There were so many African American actors in
Hmm.
this movie, even front and center and not front and center, that it didn't feel cheap. Like the white man saving the black folks, which happens a lot in shit like this, but it
Hmm.
was not the case in this. So, Tiff, when that murder happened, holy shit. You talking about knocking a dude off his ass. It got me, Tiff. Whoa. She got ran over by that car?
Yeah. Part of me felt a little bit like they did that for so that they could be like, it's not ridiculous because we've done a ridiculous thing. It's not ridiculous that she's in this film because we've done a ridiculous thing to her.
Well, she got.
But yeah, you're right. She got
I'm,
tore up.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah. You guys, there was some tire flapping we heard.
right. I was like, holy shit, what just happened? But then immediately, we got this secret society chasing them.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, the way that this worked out is one of my worst fears is that, like, if someone, like that guy, so he pushes her into the street,
Yeah.
and then because there's nobody else to say it wasn't so, he just starts saying they did it,
Yeah,
and
everybody
then
believes it.
people
Yeah.
are like, of course, how are you going to prove that? Who are you going to?
She's got her purse. I was like, oh,
Oh
shit.
shit.
So, these cats are on the run and, they have a little affluence. And you felt so bad for Bert in his situation with his shitty mother-in-law and father-in-law
And
and
his
all the guys.
wife,
The
who
wife
was
was a piece
like,
of shit.
so like, was she like aroused
She was
by
a
it?
she was a masochist. She liked torturing him. She liked making him feel like
Feel
shit.
bad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what she got off on, and that's what she needed from him. That's what
right.
she was in love with. She wasn't in love with him. She just liked that he was a punching bag and he allowed it and stuff. And she had complete dominion over him because of the shitty father,
Mhm.
keeping his medical license and all this other crap. But, he would leave and he was a junkie and out there treating people in the alley and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I just thought that was just like so interesting. So up it comes, the Vaughns because, they leave Amsterdam and they're looking and then we find that Valerie, is a Voles, right? Not a Vaughn, but a Voles.
Yes.
They go in a house and that damn Remy Malik boy, he play a creepy ass role.
Yeah, and there's something about the way he holds his head is,
Yeah.
or like maybe his head's really far on ahead on his neck or something like that. But when I see him, I'm like, oh, he might. He looks like he might bite you, and
Now,
I mean for real.
I had no clue that these two were involved, even at this juncture in the movie. I was like, "Oh,
I kind of did, but only I will say only because he was so creepy that I was like, it's got to be him. But that was just a vibe that I was getting, not necessarily because I was like so smart. Do you know what I mean? I was just like,
yeah,
but that's the thing is that sometimes that's how these movies all kind of work because sometimes they do that and it's a red herring.
yeah, exactly." And
So you're like, oh no, he's just a weirdo, and they're
and then
because she's a weirdo.
and
The sister's a weirdo.
in these movies, everybody's a rid herring. You like
Yeah,
everybody
because
you meet, you like,
because the part of the writer of a mystery is to fool you.
right, exactly,
So yeah, but and I'm not so even sometimes when you figure it out early,
yeah.
you're like still part of that game.
Now, bravo for I love the characters of Henry and Paul, Michael Shannon and Mike Myers. Mike Myers was almost unrecognizable in this damn role.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
was
wow.
yeah, and I thought This is like, but it's been a while
Yeah,
since I've seen him be, and he's still goofy in this movie, but it's like subdued goofy.
he's not
It's like
trying to make it
restrained.
wild.
He's restrained.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a character.
yeah, it was a great
And
character.
I thought, and I haven't seen like him do a character like this maybe ever.
Yeah,
I mean, like because he kind of has like if you watch Mike Myers, there's like the Scottish thing that he does
yeah, yeah, yeah.
often,
Yeah.
and then like the goofy kid thing or whatever. You know what I mean? So like he's got like kind of these roles.
I like this character.
This
I
was
like it.
great. I thought it was so good, and there's like weird, and I love that like there's the whole bird thing because they love to look at they're birders and like so they thought that it was them that had smashed the
Yeah,
eggs,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but really they had just proven that the bird was doing it because that's what the
Cuckoo, yeah.
cuckoo does is to smash. Oops, I punched my microphone. Is to scoop the eggs out.
You got Zoe Saldana in this thing, just looking.
Very briefly, but just showing up to make us all feel bad about ourselves.
Yeah.
Either because we can't be her or we can't have her. That's the only state of
100%.
that is the only state of being. The only state of being is being Zoe Saldana or being sad.
Yeah. Now, I would say probably the weakest character of all was probably Chris Rock because all I saw was Chris Rock. Even when
Yeah, but I think that's honestly, I think he did a good job, and I think even in Spiral he wasn't bad, but I do think that he has a voice that makes him seem like he's always being Chris Rock.
right, and so
So that's unfortunate for
it
him.
pulls me out of it, just because, I mean, it wasn't like he was acting bad, but it was.
So right, so he would have to like if he didn't want someone like okay, for me, Michael Cera is the same in every movie he's ever in.
I still like him.
Yeah, but he's just the same guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which is, but he, and I think that has less to do with like his voice and more to do with his acting. But with Chris Rock, I wonder if, just because he's got such a unique,
Yeah,
it's so unique.
yeah. So this tangle web starts to get woven, and once you start seeing Robert De Niro and his character comes in.
When Robert De Niro came in, I was like, so here's my thought, and it's kind of shitty. Are you ready?
All right.
So there was kind of like we didn't know if he was a bad guy, good guy, kind of coming into it. If he was going to be on the side of the person with the briefcase and whatever.
I only had that thought for a second, and then,
Yeah, but then as soon as I realized it was Robert De Niro, I was like, oh well, there's no way he's going to be a good guy.
really, that wasn't
He's not always a good guy in a movie,
Right.
but I feel like
Yeah.
in this situation, in an ensemble cast like this, he might be.
So they throwing history in your face, showing how.
Yeah, I did not know this was I didn't know this was a whole real thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why that's why people are like so hardcore, like love your veterans because it's been shit even to Vietnam. Just even now.
Well, I knew
Even
that.
now, you got Jon Stewart talking about all the conditions and how the vets are being treated. Now, so they still haven't fixed it.
No, I know there's vet problems for.
Right.
I've known that. What I mean is, I didn't know that this movie was based on
real actual things.
actual events.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And so they get him to go to the speech, and I thought it was so cool because I forgot that their unit was mostly black. So when they got there, they had all the black performers. All these guys was all chewed up with all these injuries and things like that. But it was a good time. Then you bring in that cabal. What was it? The five?
The 5, and then it's
Council and the five. Now I thought it was so clever with that 5 and 5 and the swastika and shit like that, and how I was like, wow, it was just like something. And when he got up there and the guy started shooting at him and stuff, and old boy got shot in the leg, Bert got shot in the hip. It was so much going on, but it was cool. Now I will say this. Margot Robbie is starting to seem like Margot Robbie in a lot of movies. Her
sometimes
voice,
yeah.
Yeah, I just all I heard was
Because all the accents is Harley Quinn.
she was doing great when she was speaking in French, though. I didn't even.
Yeah,
know
maybe she speaks French.
Yeah, and then after she
For real.
started speaking in French, I was like, oh. As soon as she started speaking American, I was like, oh, that because I didn't even recognize her at first. I was like, oh, that's Margot Robbie. As soon as the voice started, So
Sure.
yeah, you might.
I don't know. I think she's great.
No, I do too, but she still seemed like Harley Quinn.
I can see the voice. Yeah. Well, she's from New York in this one. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, the assassination doesn't happen, and then we have all this cleanup. I'm so glad when Bert told the bitch off, just get out of my face, and it was amazing how he was on top of the world for them for 5 seconds. And
Yeah.
my goodness, the lady was about to she was about to jizz all over all over Robert De Niro, man. Talk about having the hots for
Yeah.
that whole scene when she was shaking his hand and wouldn't let it go. So this film was like full of gems like that, just scene after scene for me. That I was really taken aback because I didn't expect it to be this good. You know, I just thought it was gonna be one of those. Normally, when you throw a bunch of good actors in a movie, it doesn't turn out well. You know, it's like, oh no, it makes me think of like Magnolia back in the day. You know, they had every star in the world, and it was just like, what is this bullshit? So, they foil the plot, and everybody who's evil, the reveal comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
I was surprised with the reveal because I did not know it was him. Like,
Um, yeah, but I liked. Here's the thing. Even though I suspected him, I'm like I said, it was more just because he felt evil, and not because I was like, you know what I mean. I wasn't like so. In that way, the mystery remains intact. But what I mean is that like this reveal is great. I feel like this whole interaction where they have imagined scenarios and all that other stuff.
I'm gonna tell you
Perfect.
who I started suspecting:
Oh yeah,
Henry and Paul. The agents. I started suspecting.
yeah, yeah. I think that was who I was like.
I think
That
they
made a lot of
wanted.
sense because of the bird thing and the whatever, right?
Yeah,
So
just like they were just like so pleased with this speech. That was
and also just like
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think it was a great time at the movies.
great time at the movies.
Yes, you can see this on streaming now, and I recommend it. It was it was worth it to me. Me and
Yeah.
my family watched it and we enjoyed the shit out of it. And so there we go. So Tiff, I think
Yes.
that's it, man. I think we can do the goddamn thing and we got it done. I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego Bradley. With me is my wonderful co-host, Ms. Tifflebot. Say goodbye to the people, Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
All right, man. And so we are definitely doing a Patreon this week. We watched Enola Holmes too, so we're gonna
We already saw it with our peepers.
right. So we're gonna put that, and so look for that, and look for some more, man. And
All
so
right.
I think that's it. Until next week, man. We will be
On patrol.
Patrol time.